Let's go to Taylor. He's a Liverpool fan. Taylor.
Right, Taylor.
How's it going, guys? All right?
Yeah, good, matey.
Good. Yeah, well, first time caller, a little bit nervous, but I just wanted to...
don't be nervous, Taylor. We're all family here, mate. We're all family.
Cheers, guys. Yeah, I just wanted to give my opinion on Salah, really. I mean, you know, I get he's 31 years old and, you know, getting 150 million for him would be obviously, you know, fantastic. But I think we just can't let him go at this point without having a contingency plan. I mean, you know, we showed our cards with 115 million offered to Caicedo, and so far, you know, since we've shown our cards, we've only bought Endo for just under 20. So, you know, what are we spending the rest of that money on? If we get another 150, what, you know, we got 250 plus, you know, money to spend. Where is it going? You know, I'm not saying you go out and make a crazy bid for another, you know, Vinny Jr. or anyone like that, but, you know, surely you can't let him go, you know, 7 days left. Season's already started. You know, if this gets dragged out longer for the Saudi transfer market, it could even be sort of 4 or 5 games in at that point. If it was up to me, he wouldn't go, even if it was for 150, just because I don't know what we'd spend the money on at this point.
But here's a question for you, Taylor. Say that they have kind of known that this potentially might be happening, you know, because he's been on the radar of Saudi for a long time, and they've got a couple of players that they've had.
That almost certainly, Jay, has happened. There's Liverpool
so they're watching
a
couple of players now, right, who are going to be top players. You get 150 million for Salah. You lose him, but you bring in 2 on the transfer deadline day.
Yeah.
Who maybe, you know, going to strengthen the team. Would you do it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think we've got strength, you know, up top, but not necessarily of his quality. I mean, I know Diaz is unreal, and he'll only get even better. But I just think, you know, I don't know how prepared they are for it. You know, I appreciate, you know, they are prepared and they probably are looking at alternatives, but I don't know, just someone of his quality. I mean, you know, we're to come off the back of a season like last season, and then to come out this year being like, no, you know, we are going to fight for the title. You can't if you lose Salah.
Taylor, so there's always a point. There's a point in a player's career where they reach the peak of their powers, the peak of their ability, and there's always a point in a business mind where you sell that player. Sir Alex Ferguson was pretty darn good at doing it.
Yeah.
Where a player would reach the certain time in his career, and Sir Alex had got and he moved on, and you bring. This might be that point. Now, I'm not. I certainly understand where you're coming from about Salah, what he can still add to the team. I'm not putting that, more or less saying that he's not going to add anything this season. But you do wonder, at 31 years of age, whether you might have seen the best of Salah, and I think you probably have. He might still go on to score 15 to 20 goals a season next 3 years, right?
We will.
Almost certainly, right? But this money that comes in now for Liverpool Football Club might be, if they offer 175 million, Taylor, they're not turning that down. You can't.
I mean, you're right. They'd be silly. You know, we'd be silly to turn it down. You know, I don't think even 140. You know, we'd be silly to turn that kind of money down for a 31-year-old player. I just think, you know, we've shown a lot of our hand with the Caicedo, the Lavia, you know, everything like that. That I don't want to get into that panic situation of trying to rush to buy an Endo. You know, like, don't get me wrong, I think Endo's a really good signing, but you know, that it's just the biggest player to lose at this time of the season, or this close to the transfer window, is the key. I mean, this discussion came up, you know, about him potentially going, you know, over a month ago, and you know, his agent's coming out saying we wouldn't have signed, you know, a long-term deal at Liverpool if wasn't where the future was. You know, all of that. I appreciate, you know, Saudi's increased all their bids and everything since then, but you know, like, told no initially. If that was a no, and his agent and him and everything else was a hard no, I can't imagine what else or who else they'd potentially be looking at as an all-star like Mo is to be replacing him.
Taylor, brilliant.
That's
Taylor,
fair.
great call, yeah.
You can see both sides of this, can't you? Do you know what I mean? I understand what Taylor's saying, and Klopp will be sitting there. Klopp will say, I don't want to lose him. He's part of my plans of pre-season.
I wouldn't be letting him go.
No, but 175 million,
that
should be taken out the manager's hands. That's the manager's not going to. Okay, if you turn around to Klopp and say, There has to be a contingency plan, right? So Liverpool are not that naive. Football club cannot be that naive to think that there's a player like that, when Saudi's knocking about, they have to have, behind the scenes, a plan. It's like Brighton. Brighton do this brilliantly. They always have a plan. Potter goes, De Zerbi comes in. Has to be the same. Has to be the same.
Okay, we continue having that chat. Liverpool fans, give us a call. We are talking about Lukaku as well. You can get involved if you want to sell something to Jason for a tenner. Get involved. 03 717 22 33 44.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.